Are you ready, sir? I will let them in.
Sounds good. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Happy Thursday to you. What up, John? How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What up,
What's up,
Jesse?
buddy?
Betty? Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Jill, how we doing?
Morning.
Christian, Nia, Michelle. Good morning to you, Kristen. Diana, she's back again.
Good
Good morning to you. What up,
morning.
Fran? What up, Fran? Good morning to everybody. Say good morning in the chat. Say good morning in the chat. People be coming and going as they always do. And so we will have people floating in here through the course of the class. We do record it. So if you're taking notes and Grace, if you can put in my YouTube channel because everything is recorded, and we'll also send you over my private Facebook group. So we will put in our show notes in there, so you will have everything. That if you miss something or you're like, "What in the world did he say?" Because I'm gonna put some people. We have a little quiz here very shortly for those that were on here 2 weeks ago on what I've been doing with Claude. So tell us where you're calling us from too, because we got people in all parts of our wonderful world. And I am blessed and thankful that we do quite a few referrals, over 100. I don't know the exact number, but so you could be in a town for us, you could be in a city for us that we be able to send some business your way. And at the same token, maybe I can help you in some capacity in the Charlotte area here. So, all right, let me get to, as I stated last week, how many of you were here? I'm getting my chats open here. How many of you were here 2 weeks ago when I did part one? Put me in the chat if you were here 2 weeks ago when I put part one in there. Two people. I know there was more than two. Some of you are just trying to get to your computer. Um, Fran's like, was I here? No, you weren't, Fran. You weren't here because you were in CE, Fran. I know exactly where you were. You were in CE. So look at that. I know your schedule, Fran. I know what you got. Because you want to know why? Because you were complaining a little bit about it. Because you're just like, I got to do CE. So I think Jill was here. Heather was here. Several of you were here. Paul was here. And so what I want to do is first, I'm going to ask for grace because I'm going to be putting not the grace that's my VA grace, but like grace of I'm bouncing back and forth with my screens. And so I have a lot of tabs open, a lot of screens open because I want to give you everything. There was a girl, I think it was maybe it was Nia. Am I saying that right? Naya? Nia? Am I saying your name right?
Naya?
Naya. Was it you that asked me yesterday to make sure that I give you the websites that because I was in the NC State, I was in a real estate room,
Yes.
and it was you that asked because I got your links for you too. I made a note in here. I was like, I got to make sure I give her my website links um, on that. So at the end, all I will give you website links that you can use on content that I use to be able to create what I do and to be able to send out follow up text messages. Okay. How many of you, if you know the ghost emoji, you can put it in there. But for those that don't know the ghost emoji, put a five in the chat. How many of you been ghosted before? Put a five in the chat that you were hot and heavy, things were going really good, and they just freaking ghosted you. I know Heather does because Heather and I were still complaining about the one in Stevens Grove because that's a $1.5 million total deal. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna make it happen. Look at so Heather really there is a ghost emoji. I was just making that up, and there is really one. Okay, way to go, Heather. Hats off to you. Oh, look at D. Some of you do know the ghost. Paul. Paul's just showing off now. He's just showing off with the ghost. So there's a ghost emoji out there, right? We get ghost emoji. We get ghosted, right? And so what we need to do, and how many of you that all of a sudden they come out of the blue, like all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, there's this person. And it does happen. And to help you increase it, I'm going to give you these links so you can give actually value and give you content to help them get back into the game. Okay, so we're going to do that. What I like to do to start things off, for those that don't know me, my name is Coach Brock Zevan. I'm a life coach, business coach, real estate coach. I still do real estate. I'm still involved in the business. I do anywhere for 15 to 17 million dollars in real estate production on my own. In our company at Real, we do have the elite agent, and I'm blessed and fortunate. I've been the elite agent twice in 9 months. And it's all about my work ethic and doing things like this on how I am able to separate and elevate myself from the competition so I can get more listings. I'm a heavy listing based real estate agent, and I've learned a lot of AI to be able to help me grow my real estate business. And when I find things, I like to share it with the Power Players. And Claude has been one of those. Okay. So, what I want to do is how many of you put in the chat are using chat or using Claude or using both? Chat, Claude, or both? Put it in the chat so we can get an idea for what you got. And I always got to give this guy a little shout out because he freaking does referrals like no other. This is how I'm able to help and do 100 referrals. Jake's here. Jake, and where they tell me when they link there all girls. He's got some programs out there that you can literally one was like 300 or 400,000 in a Charlotte one that he sent over. He's got different levels all, but if you're looking for referrals, I don't know about you all, but I like referrals. It's the easiest way to be like, what? So, Jake, make sure you put your referral link in there, and I'm telling y'all, go to it and get it, sign up for it. All right. So let's see. My audio's bad. My audio bad.
Yeah, you were going in and out, and then it's been crackly. So,
Let me know if it's still it's better now. Okay.
yeah.
If it is perplexity, look at you, John. That was one of the ones I was going to talk about. If it is bad, just somebody raise their hand or just tell me. I will make sure. 350 plus referrals last month. Yeah, it was great. They do a lot all. So there's a lot of referrals to go into it. Make sure you get to that link. I just want you all to make more money. So I'm going to go back to the chats here. Both, chat, Claude, Kristen. Way to go, Kristen. She's using all three. Chat GPT, chat. For those of you that are close to Charlotte, just to let you know, this is not even out yet. I'm just going to give you guys some inside information. May 19th. May 19th, I'm doing an in-person event at a pickleball brand new course, indoor pickleball course. And I got Ed. And if you don't know Ed Bollinger, if you're not following Ed, how many of you know Ed who does all this AI stuff? Him and I are going to do a course while we're playing pickleball, but we're going to do a quick 45-minute little AI, and then we're going to play pickleball. And of course, we're going to have some alcoholic beverages. So that's my next adult study hall, May 19th. So put it on your calendar. If you want us to give you the link, just put May 19th in the chat. For those of you that are around, put May 19th in the chat and we will get you the link so you can get invited. 'Cause they can only take 75 people because that's how many the courts they have. So, um, all right. So for those of you that were here 2 weeks ago, I want you to give me one takeaway. What was something that you pulled from 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I know. I'm making you go back. Fran can't even remember if
That's
she was there, but who
Oh,
can
I was
tell
there and
me?
I've been working on it hard, trying to figure out how to make these websites for these people to show them. Uh, I'm glad to be back here today because I just think they're so powerful. I think that if I was a seller and somebody shot over that gorgeous website and was like, hey, this is part of our marketing for you, I think that it's huge. So yeah,
So you've been using it.
I've been trying to figure it out.
You've been trying to figure it out. Okay. So for
I feel like the AIs work differently for every single person that uses them. I cannot figure out how to get it to work for me the same way it works for you.
okay. So what for those that weren't on here, you're probably like, what is it? What is it? I want to see it. All right. I'm about to put it on my screen. This is actually a true expired that I did this for. I literally just went live on this expired yesterday or 2 days ago. And this was a really nice one. 995 is the list price. Um, it's actually supposed to be 999, but we'll fix that. We can fix that. Sometimes you just never know what it is. But you'll see here, this was the website I built. I sent it over to them. For those that see this, literally the website pulled from Zillow because they actually were expired. Then they went into a for sale by owner. And so I was able to gather all this data using this. And for those that are still looking at it, it still goes. I mean, this took me 3 minutes, okay, to build, to put into something because it gathers all your content for you. And I'm still going all for those that are looking. And I'm doing this on purpose so you can get an understanding of the power and the magnitude of what this can do. I'm still going. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop here just to kind of you see what the capabilities. Okay. Why this is so important is because I picked up 3 appointments yesterday. I'm weird. I call for sale by owners all, and I'm freaking like just giving them like I had this one guy, he's like, I've heard your song Skit and Cheer. I've heard from 15 other agents. Put a 5 in the chat if you've heard that. If you're one of those for sale by owner people, or you've heard somebody else says it because you're like, well, I want to do a for sale by owner, but I don't know what to do, what to say. I'm gonna tell you today because I hear this many times. Okay. And it looks like some of you've heard, like, well, I've already heard the dog and pony show. I've already heard somebody say this to me. What are you going to do differently? I said, well, not a problem at all. Yep. I just texted you your personal website. Huh? Yeah. I just texted you. Could you go to your text messages and pull that up? I just did that right there. And that's just the start of what I do. And it's important that you understand that I'm going to take that website and I'm going to put some SEO, Chat GPT backing on it. And I'm going to go and I'm going to find out all the buyers that are moving to this area using some of my algorithms. Okay. If you're able to take notes, all, I'm just giving you scripts that work. I'm giving you scripts right now. I'm telling you my vocabulary of what I do. So write down as many little notes as you can, is write down as many little tokens because I don't want to say I'm freaking really good at my job and I'm better than any other agent that you got calling you. Like I can't say that, right? That's not going to work very well if I'm like, well, I'm humble, I'm a really nice guy. Like, no, you gotta be like, well, this is what I do. And I want to separate myself from the other 15 people that are calling you because I guess, let me just ask you a couple questions. See, I got their attention, yes or yes right now, right? Do I have their attention? Because I mean, I had some guy literally, if I was able to go to my text messages very quickly, I would show you my text screen because he said this to me. And then I said, he goes, you're the only person I've actually like he invited me to his house. He told me to go fly a kite in the first 3 text messages that we've had. Because what I do, if I get your cell phone number, I will text you. I don't text everybody. Their cell phone, their voice message needs to match. And so I send them a text message. And I get a lot of responses back. And then I use this strategy. So you're also not under the pressure of being able to respond really quickly because now you have a little bit of time to like put your website together. Now, most people have their content online. Okay? Yes or yes. Yes or yes. Can you pull up an old expired? Right? Yes or yes, you can download that PFF, that PDF. Yes or yes, you could take that PDF, go to Claude and upload it into your Claude, upload it into your ChatGPT and says, could you please create for me a website based off of this information? That's that's it all. I'm like when I tell you this freaking stuff is easy, it is, but it's all about the prompts. And I'm going to share with you some more prompts as well today because I want you to freaking crush it on the FISBOs. I don't know about you all, but the market is not freaking like going crazy. Like it's a little tough sledding on certain properties in certain in the area. So this gives us an opportunity to be able to go in there and be like, you know what? I got a little leg up on it. I don't know about you all, but if I played for Tom Brady and I was in the huddle and we were down by 3 with less than 2 minutes left, I like to have him in the huddle with me. I'd be like, you know what? I'm glad he's here. He's a really important ingredient to this huddle right here for us to get a chance to win. See what this does? It gives you a little bit of an edge, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of like, you know what? I got it. I can walk in here with a little swag. I can have this conversation with a little swag. Like, hey, I want to share with you a personal webpage I did. Okay. So that's what we talked about last time. All right. We really got into the meat and potatoes. If you want to go back to part 1, Grace, if you can put that link in the chat so those that want to watch part 1, they can watch part 1 again and go into it and you guys can dissect it. We'll give you the show notes. I literally was reviewing it because before I come into these type of part 1s and 2s, I'd be like, what the hell was I telling people? What was I supposed to talk about again? And I'm just being honest because when you do a bunch of these, you forget what you were saying. I love it when we got questions too. John, go ahead, brother. What do you got for me?
Hey, buddy, what's up going on? So this would come in so handy for me right now. I'm kind of part-time right now, but I got a referral for a really nice home. Going through a divorce. They want me to come over on Saturday and take a look at it. But her
Mhm.
lawyer supposedly said she has like 3 other people that the lawyer says to get 3 agents, 3 or 4 agents. So I really want to make an impression because this would be huge for me.
Yep.
What would be your would your advice be to take something with me or send something prior to me showing up, like a text message?
John, this is just unfair, John. I didn't even tell John what I'm coaching today. I didn't even tell him this. And he
Sorry,
just set me up like a beautiful softball right here
like a
because
little.
John, I'm about to give you God is answering your prayers right now because I'm about to give you the prompts that you can use to be able to take to the showing. Now, what you would do beforehand, you would go and you would send them an RPR report, residential property report. For those of you that want to know more about RPRs and you don't know it, you're in luck. We got a certified coach here. Her name's Fran. If you want to know about RPRs, put RPR in the chat and put your cell phone number, and I will just give them to Fran, and Fran can go over there and she can text you. But RPR has AI attached to it all. And there's some things that you can do that you can send your clients in a link, in a text message prior to your appointments. And we also use it for Claude. So if you want it, put RPR in the chat and put your cell phone number in there. And then somebody did a really nice CMA that you went through Claude. Yeah, oh, I like that. So if you want RPR, some inside guru stuff, put your cell phone number and put RPR in Fran. You're in charge of getting that. So let's take it
What
from there.
want a quick little side note, real quick?
Yeah.
So I was at Bolingbrook Golf Course over 4th of July. Saw a guy with the Iowa Hawkeyes hat on. I ran up to him because my kids go there, and we started talking. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm a realtor." He goes, "Oh yeah, I thought I knew your name." Well, he's the vice president for RPR. So we're in good cahoots. So
Really? Look at that.
that works.
Small
Yeah,
world. You never know. You never
I know,
know.
pretty cool.
So let's answer John's question here. Does anybody else got that situation? You're like, I want to win this listing. Who else wants to win the listing? How many of you are like, I'm part 1 taught you how to get the appointment. Now you want to win the appointment, right? You want to get this. You're like, I want to go in here and do it. and I don't say this because like, whoa, look at me. I just say it to give a little bit of credibility. I have a 90% percentage of converting when I go to listing appointments. I don't even lose it now because of commissions because I overcame that objection, and it's very simple. When they tell me that they want to have a commission of 4%, put a 5 in the chat. If you've heard them say, I only want to pay 3% commission, I only want to pay 5% commission, how many, has anybody else had commission problems? Anybody else have commission problems? I'm going to solve it to you right now. Solve it right now. It is the greatest thing ever. I don't even lose the appointments anymore because because of the commissions. Somebody had a question. Camelia, did you have a question? Looks like I have a question. My hand's up.
Sorry, no, I did that by mistake. Sorry.
You're just excited. You're excited, just like
I
my hand's
am
excited.
very
I lower my
excited.
hand. I lower my hand too. All right. Here's the commission line. Okay. Jake's getting ready to write it down. Paul's like, tell me it. That's not a problem at all. We don't need to pay a buyer agent anymore. Thank you to the NAR court. So that's not a problem at all. 3%? Yep, we'll work on it. Sign here. Let's start now. I don't fight for the frickin' buyer agent commission anymore. Whose commission do I need to fight for? Whose commission do I need to fight for? So when they say like they're co-broking or whatever it is that they do, that's not a problem at all. See, it's much easier to negotiate all when you got an offer in your hand. We're trying to frickin' negotiate a buyer agent's commission and saying like are you really going to do anything different all? Are you really going to do anything different in your listing when you go and you're not paying a buyer agent commission? What's the question? Somebody's going to ask me the question. Come on, somebody tell me the question. I'm trying to make you money all. Because when you go call for sale by owners and they're saying they're going to co-broke, that's great because that's all my fee is, and we don't need to pay a buyer agent anymore because the NAR rules. So that's not a problem at all. I can net you the same exact number using my full services. But what is somebody going to say to me? Somebody's thinking it right now. Betty's thinking it. Jennifer's thinking about it. What is it, Diana? What is it that you're nervous about right now that you've heard over and over again?
That you won't get a buyer because they need that.
Right? But here, great question, Heather, because somebody's thinking it. But we can't even market it. We can't even put it on the MLS anymore, so they don't even know. So that's a great question, but the objection is we can't market it anyways. We can't put it out there, so they don't know. Right? So why are we fighting for it? What else? I just did that. I negotiated for me and told her since I do not have to pay a buyer agent, we could actually use it later to negotiate if it came down to it. Boom. It's much easier to negotiate a buyer agent's commission when you got an offer in your hand. But somebody's going to ask me, I'm surprised nobody's asked me this question yet. Brock, but when the buyer agent calls me and the buyer agent says, what are you paying? What's your commission? How many of you got a buyer agent that calls you and cries and wants to know what your commission is? How many of you? Paul does. Right, Paul? You're going to say that.
And then you're going to say, I'm going to pay the commission based on the offer.
100%. I say, you know what? I'm sure we can work something out. But why don't you tell me your offer then, and I can tell you what your commission might be. I'm not going to tell you my offer. Well, I'm not going to tell you your commission. I don't tell them your commission. I don't tell you what your commission is. You bring an offer, you put it in the commission just like anything else. It goes on a form and submit it to me. Okay? That's what you do. You don't be giving out freaking commissions. And guess what? Your client loves you when you're at the listing agreement. You're saying, wow, the other 15 people told me I'm supposed to write it in this form here. No, you're not. I don't care. Put 0 for crying out loud. I'll figure it out when the offer comes in because it's a lot easier to negotiate when there's money on the line. They've already been in the weeds and they've been dealing with it. I'm just trying to help you all make money. All right. So John's question was, and I'm going to create for you a prompt. Okay. And I'm going to do it together with you Anybody else got any questions on that? What if you bring the buyer? What if I bring the buyer? Well, then I'm just negotiating that right there in itself. So it just depends on how much the house is and what I'm worth. It's never still 3% because I got to double my paperwork. And guess what? When you're able to help them and you get the numbers that they want and they're still netting the same dollar amount, they don't really care. So you could be at 4%, 5%. I don't care what percentage it is. It just depends on what it is. The $1 million one, I did 4.5%. Guess what? I'm going to be okay at $45,000. I'm going to be fine. So it just depends on your value. And then when you break it, I mean, honestly, I'd be fine at 3%. But I'm going to use well, it's double the work. So I'm not going to do you at 6 and I can't do you at 3. So how's 4.5? Right? And if it's a lower price listing, then I say 5%. And if they don't like it, then I'll go to 4.5%. But it's my money. I'm now negotiating in my time. So here's the prompt that I want us to kind of lean into, and I'm going to share this with you all. So I'm excited. Crystal, I get to see you twice today. I got another meeting with you later on. I just saw you on here. So let me go to my share screen. Okay, this is very important. All right. So for a lot of you who've been using chat, I'm going to encourage you to look at Claude. I'm going to encourage you. I didn't say stop traffic and go to Claude today. I'm just going to encourage you. I use chat. I still use chat, but I started really going into Claude a lot more. And one of the things with Claude that I want you guys to understand is when we're doing this, is you want to be able to ask for the prompts. We don't know all the prompts, but the prompt is the most important thing. The prompt's the most important. So we're just going to come into it, and on here, I'm going to say, let me come into this. I said, let me go to this so John can see. I would like to create. We want to do this more than one time, right? So we're going to use the word universal. You all see my screen? Somebody come off of mute and tell me you can see my screen, okay?
Yes, we could see it.
Thank you, Fran. Okay, I would like to create a universal prompt so I can, let's see, let me go into my head here. I would like to create a universal prompt so I can share an amazing report with the seller that is about to interview me for listing their home. I am a top listing agent here in Charlotte, North Carolina. In this report, I would like to know the top 3 locations. Could be restaurants. I know I spelled that wrong. Hold on. Restaurants, shopping centers, anything that has a high number of social media followers, videos, basically have influence in the social media platforms. Let's see. Next is please include in this report 5 5 cities or cities that are moving to the Charlotte area. I would like you to look all across the country so I can use this data to share with the sellers my marketing strategy. I would also like you to create 3 top sales strategies that will help me sell this home. I want to present this to the seller when I get there, so I would like it in a presentation format. Please ask me more questions so that way we have alignment on this task at hand. The address for this property is, and let me see if I can just pull one up real quick here. Everybody see what I just did there? Everybody kind of like, damn, that's a little bit longer than I thought, right? Which is fine. Let me just see. Anybody got questions on that while I'm doing this?
Yeah, quick question, Brock.
Yeah.
So from last week or from 2 weeks ago when we did this to today, have you been able to refine it so it's not as many steps as 2 weeks ago?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, 2 weeks ago, I mean, there was a lot of moving parts to make this happen, and now it kind of seems like you're doing it all into one narrative into
Yes.
Claude.
Yes. So what I've learned is, sometimes we go into here and we don't think it can handle it. It's like, well, there's too many steps here. I don't want to overwhelm it. And now I'm just like, it's a freaking AI computer. It can handle like 2,700 steps. Like it's fine. So I give it everything, and then what I do, I want to be able to break it down. Okay, I want to be able to break it down.
Can you go back to that narrative, please?
Yeah. Um, Put a me in the chat if you want the narrative. Put a me in the chat if you want the narrative. We'll make sure we get it to you if you want it. Put a me in the chat. That way we'll know. All right. So here's strategies. Now you'll notice here's an important thing. I also want you, please ask me more questions so that way we have some alignment here. Okay. So I want Claude to ask me more questions, which is a little bit different. I didn't do that in chat, but I like doing it in Claude because I get some really good conversations going on here. So, all right, so let me go back to, you guys see my share screen. So now I'm going to hit enter. And so now it's going to start to, now you can see it calls me by my name because all my data, my disc assessments in here, my 6 geniuses are in here, my love language is in here. All this information is in my Claude, so it knows who I am, my personality style. So, I like when he calls me by my first name. So let's see, what format do I want my presentation in? I like to just do PDF. Okay. Now, sorry, I went through pretty quickly. You can create it it just said HTML. Like I can create a whole website. I mean, a landing page just on this if I chose to. All right. For the top 3 high influence locations, what is the goal? Places near the property I can get geotag target ads, a national lifestyle, real estate accounts I can partner with, both geo targets and national influencer accounts. I really want to find places near the target. So I'm just going to do number 1. Now you can choose whatever one you want. I'm just giving you what mine are. All right. What property details should I be front and center about? Price, beds, bath, standout features. Um, Pull from what you already know about this listing. Keep it property agnostic, so that way it works for any listings. I'm creating a universal one. Okay, this is universal, so I want to keep it just very broad so it works for every listing. Because I want to create this. This is a universal, so you can just copy paste this and put it in here. Now it's going to do some research while it's going through this. Now I'm going to come back here while it's going through it because it's gonna work a little bit. So this type of content, when it breaks it down, and I'm not going to have time. I'm going to share with you a couple more prompts here too. But I'm going to take this data and then the next prompt, John. This is the next thing I'm going to do. Look at you guys. Give me addresses. I love it when you guys give me addresses too. Like this just works for anything. Okay. The next prompt I want you to write down is you wanted to share 10 Facebook groups or other social media platforms I can market this to. Now I'm going to put it all together for you, Paul, at the very end here, but I'm giving you break it down like bite by bite so you can understand it. Okay? So you're going to take and you're going to ask it. Because how many of you have freaking 500 groups in your Facebook and you're just like, I don't even know what groups are what anymore. I don't even know where to freaking go and do this. I got so many freaking groups. I don't know which one's marketed, which one's good, which one's not good. So now I'm going to ask it to tell me the top 10 Facebook groups I should put this in. Also, create for me 5 other social media platforms that I could really market this to. Okay. Now, so I'm looking at my notes here. So that's another prompt you can ask it is for give me groups and give me other social media platforms that I could do this to. Now here's another prompt. Okay. Here's the next prompt. Write it down. Fran, I'll get to your question in a minute. The next prompt is I want you to create an emotional story. Create an emotional story about marketing this listing. I'm acting as a movie director when putting this together. I like for this story to be less than 1 minute, right? Because once we build this story, reels and all those like to be less than a minute because nobody wants to look longer, Sydney. They're always just like, they're not going to last. They're not going to last that long. All right. So you want to make the story less than a minute when you're creating this. And I want you to focus on attracting buyers. I want to focus attracting buyers, and I want you to focus on keeping people's attention during this video. And create it in a script for me in a storyboard. All right. When you do this, so John, when you said options for a divorce situation, so what I would do is I would go into I want to create the path of least resistance, the least amount of friction, reduce as many headaches as you can, because that's what a divorce is. It's headaches, it's a pain in the ass, it's money. Like just take all the problems. So if I was to dive in deeper into your exact situation, John, I'd be like, give me the top 5 problems real estate agents have, or buyers and seller, or the top 5 problems sellers have going through a divorce, and please create for me 2 solutions for each problem, and then put it in a proposal for me when I'm presenting. That way, you're going to solve their problem. So when I get out of there and I said, "Does anybody have any questions?" They're like, "No, I think you answered everything," because I know all your problems. I know your cards going into it because I did my research to do it. So then when I say my close, well, do you feel absolutely confident and comfortable that I'm the person that could get your house sold? Well, now they're just like, well, I mean, yeah, we do.
Right.
Well, great. The numbers make sense. If you feel confident in me, sign here and press hard. Let's do it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
So, Fran, what was your question? Or did you just get excited and want to raise your hands?
I did have a question. Okay, so we said we were creating a universal piece here, but in the description, you actually added the address. So do I want to add an address or leave the address out?
So good question. I put the address in here so you guys can see. I'm about to show you the report right here. And if it kind of blows you out of the water on what we got here, just put a 3 in the chat. But you can see prepared exclusively for you by Coach Brock Zevan, top listing. I mean, this is the report I literally have. When you create a universal, you will just put in their address. You won't put in the actual address on here. So very good question. Now the cool thing with Claude or really any of your chats, you can always go back and re-edit it and just say like, I want to make this generic. I want to make this so I can copy paste it. Many times I say that, like, I just want to make this copy paste, please, so that way I can use it. And then I go into my email and I copy paste it. And guess what I do? I go to the subject line and I type in what it is that this is for. This is a universal listing report for my listing presentation. And that's my subject line. And you just put whatever your brain thinks. So then that way, when I'm getting ready to do it, I'm like, oh, what was that prompting? And, oh, that's right. It was the universal listing presentation that I set up for myself. And I go to my email and I just type in the search and then it just pops up for me. And I can do it anywhere in the country, the world, because I emailed it to myself. That's what I do a lot of times. I just put it in the subject line. Okay. So I'm going to go back to here so you can see this. Now I'm going to focus just on the actual presentation, the PDF. Okay. You'll also notice here all what colors are they in? They're my company colors because I already told them what my company colors were. So that way I'm not trying to like worried about freaking editing. I don't have time for it. So they already know my company colors. All right. So we got it all in real. And then you come in here, like you'll see here that it's kind of blank here because it has the property address open for me to put into it. But here are the top 5 cities moving to the Charlotte area. Okay. Shocking. New York, Chicago, Miami, Washington, D.C., and L.A. Okay. That's pretty much a common. So when you go have conversations out, those states, those cities are very, very common. People are moving out of. Places you can go is uhaul.com, Redfin migration charts, and Zillow migration charts also have that, all that data and that content. Okay. Social media strategy. Okay. Why do I want these? So when I'm in my listing presentation, what I would be doing is you could see top Instagram geotags, Chaton Park, top Instagram, Birkdale Village, the Peninsula Club, 3,000 plus Instagram. These are platforms that I would also be using. Now, why is this important? Okay. I'm going to come back to here real quick and lean into y'all. The reason why this is important is when I'm in my listing presentation, I'm going to share with them this script, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I chose these 3 places because in my algorithms, when I looked it up, these 3 places have the highest followers, social media content. So that way, when I cross-pollinate your listing to get in front of more people, I'm going to leverage these 3 people, these 3 companies, these 3 areas, these 3 landmarks, so I can get more exposure to sell your home faster. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you be okay if I sold your home quickly at the price dollar you want it to be at? What do you think they're going to say, Jennifer? What do you think they're going to say, Kristen? Yeah. See, I just set myself up a softball to be like, this is why I do it. Here's where it is. See, if we just show it, they don't understand it. Write this down. We need to become good interpreters. Interpreters of the narrative, what we hear out there. I'm not going to get into politics, but I'm going to get into politics. Can you watch the same damn frickin' thing on TV that President Trump did at 9 o'clock at night? And could I watch it on Fox News and could I watch it on CNN? The same thing that we all heard, but I can get two different type of streams, two different variables, two different thought processes coming through it. Same narrative, but interpreted differently. It's the same thing in real estate. So you want to make sure you take this content and you want to interpret it to them so they can understand it because they understand Facebook, they understand Instagram. What they don't understand is how you're going to use it to sell their home at top dollar. Put a 5 in the chat if that makes sense to you. Put a 5 in the chat if that really resonated with you and made sense to you because I feel as real estate agents, we don't do a very good job of interpreting the content that's out there. And that's so very important to understand that. Because once you do that, you're just like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense why you picked Birkdale now. Not because you go there and have bricks with your son. Okay? You'll see the platforms. Okay? Here's my listing strategy. Now, I might not like the way this is, so I might change it up. Be like, yeah, it's hard to see. I can't really see this, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to do video tour, drone footage, neighborhood spotlights, multi-platform push, all these strategies that we put on here. Okay. Next steps. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Let's make it official, blah, blah, blah. Now over here on this side of it, now that you guys seen that, over here is going to tell me, love this concept. Love it. I like it when it's so nice to me. All right. Love this concept. All right. A data-driven pre-listing presentation is serious differentiator. Okay. Answer to those three will unlock and will unlock the answer to these three will lock in and build. Fire away. So now it's going to tell me some more information. Do I want a cover page? Charlotte migration story, how that looks. It's giving me the breakdown. Now, when I want the presentation, all I do is hit download and I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, I might say, please create for me a copy paste prompt so I can use for future listings or my VA to do for me. And now tell it what I want it to do. And it'll start to work for me on here about creating. Here it is. My pre-listing presentation, John, with what I need. Fran, here's where it tells me to put in the property address. It's going to build me a 5-page presentation. You'll see here, it already has my brand colors, always to use these, what I want, my contact information, because I already put it in here. All right, what this is all about. How many of you want to start using this? How many of you are just like, damn, if I just had this, right? Put a 10 in the chat if you're just like, I just got a prompt now that I could freaking have more credibility. Guys, the days of going in with a stupid presentation about yourself are done. They don't care about you. I hate to say it. They care about how you're going to sell their home and what you're going to do. And to be honest with y'all, they also know when they can go to Zillow themselves. Once again, they can get the news. They can get the information. They just don't know how to interpret it. They don't understand what it means to them. Okay? Are there any doctors in here? I don't think there are, besides Paul. But if I went into the hospital and I went into some operating room and there was somebody laying on there about to get their heart transplant and they say, all right, Brock, go ahead. The tools are there. All the utensils needed to have the surgery are there. The nurses, they're all there, but I'd be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to interpret what is about to take place because I don't know the process. So Sharon says this many times. You're selling the process and interpreting the data. interpreting the narrative, and you make it in a way that they can't say no. You do that, you get really good, and you'll get more listings. You got to study this. You can't do this only when you got a listing appointment. Fran knows. I I get on her all the time. Stop doing things in the morning that aren't money making activities. This is not a money making activity, all. This is a study. This is a role play. This helps you. This goes into your afternoon schedule. So when you tell me I don't know what to do during the day, I'll tell you, what do you got between 2 and 4? You're doing this type of stuff. You're figuring out how to be able to, and ask it, create a prompt for me, create a universal prompt for me, create an emotional story for me. And then you already got Zillow, you already got RPR, you already got Realtor.com, you already got the MLS download, and imply and put it into these prompts and say, please create for me a prompt. Please create for me a report that I could be a badass in freaking getting this listing. And this is what I want to do. I'm a top listing agent. And you could do the same thing for buyers. Create for me a buyer specialist, buyer consultation on why I'm the best buyer agent. And what do I do differently? How do I run reports differently? What do I look at? And then practice the presentation. Are there a lot of bad real estate agents out there? Put a 10 in the chat. Are there a lot of bad real estate agents out there? Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of them. And you know what those bad agents do? They're really good at presenting. They got terrible skills, but they're good at presenting. And that's how they get the appointment. Is they've learned how to talk to get it, to make that person feel like they know what the hell they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing, because when they step on the field, they're like, damn, I don't know a damn thing. And you do circles around them. So the prompts are very, very important for you to be able to do that. And I will make sure that you all get my prompt. I will give you all my show notes. I will put it in. You got to go to my Facebook page as well as my YouTube page, and they'll all be there so you can have it. Now, I'm going to share with you my links, and then I'm going to open up to Q&A, and I got 6 minutes, okay? So far, so good. Put a 10 in the chat if you guys are good for 6 more minutes. Put a 10 in the chat if you're good for 6 more minutes. If you can handle 6 more minutes, you'll like these next things right here, I promise. Okay? So what I do right here, so Crystal, one of the things that, this is a very, very big site that I do. This site is, I'll copy it. It's mortgagenewsdaily.com. Okay. Let's see. That's my Zoom. That's not what you guys want to see, because you're like, I already know Zoom, Brock. I don't need that. Hold on. This is the site that you guys want. Okay. I'll put these in the chat so you guys can see it. So I am constantly in this site. I'm always looking at the rates. Okay, I'll put this in the chat here so you can see it. This is a good site to use. Why do I use right now? It's not so good on marketing it, but what I would do, if you guys can see my screen's going to darken here very shortly. And what I do is I take this and I kind of like go right to here, and I copy that becomes I do a screen share, that becomes a JPEG, and I text people rates. I text people what the rates are. Be like, hey, here's the rates today. Not very exciting. But let me just tell you, I know how to do, our arms are coming back into session, as well as I know how to do buy downs, 3-2-1 buy downs. If you're interested, let me know. I can help you out, get your lower rate. Okay, so I use buy downs still right now to really help out. The next one I use, it's called the CMEgroup.com, the CMEgroup.com. This is the FedWatch group. All right. In this FedWatch group, I put it in the chat. This basically tells me when the next meeting is in 27 days. All right. You guys are all looking at me as the teacher. If I don't sound very intelligent, you're going to not stay on here the entire 1 hour. You're going to be like, this guy's a dum-dum. I don't know how the hell I got on this here. Why are all people? No, I got to sound intelligent. I got to know what I'm talking about, right? So this is a really good way where you can come in here And how do I know that? I know that the Feds are meeting in 27 days. And by looking at 99.5% chance, by scrolling down here, you could see it says current, which means that there's a 0.5% chance that the rates are going to drop, meaning it's not going to drop. Why do I know that? I would say, well, in 27 days where the Feds are meeting, FOMC is meeting, and it doesn't look like it's going to drop. 99.5% chance says it's not going to drop. And unfortunately, once we get done our next meeting in April, our new meeting is going to be on June 27th. And when I look at June 27th or June 17th, though, because it tells me all their dates up here, 95% chance it's not moving. There's another one, July 29th. Okay, 91% chance. September 16th, 90%. October, okay, 86% chance. Basically, the next time something was to come into play could be next year. So is this information important to be able to tell people if you're thinking the rates are going to drop? I look at the data and it doesn't look like it's going to happen over the next several months. So if that's what you're waiting for, we better get a new plan, or we better figure out a better strategy for you to help you get to where you need to go. Okay. The next one, it's called Housing Wire. Housing Wire. All right. Housing Wire is a really good site. I'll put it in the chat for you all. It'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff, but just know Housing Wire. A lot of good real estate content in here. This is good for, you know, feeling stuck in a slow market. Housing demand holds up despite mortgage rates. So there's some good content on here. You can click on this and then you can go into ChatGPT, go into Claude, and create some content around this. Control the narrative. Next one is Keeping Current Matters. Keeping Current Matters, and you go to the real estate blog. So I do that. So put that in the chat. Those are Redfin marketing data I go to. Redfin marketing data, Zillow marketing data I go to. Those are some ones. Migration charts I go to. Those are the main ones that I do on it. I did put in here for those of you that stuck around for me. I appreciate it tremendously. If you don't mind, if you got something out of today, I just put in there a link, brockzevanreview.com. If you haven't given me a Google review, I'd appreciate a Google review. Maybe you got something from it. It takes literally, I don't need a thesis. 1 to 2 sentences is perfectly fine. I always aim for 5 stars. If I didn't do 5 stars, please tell me. And it's not April Fool's, so I can't say my April Fool's joke. But if you like what I say, hit me up on the 5 stars. Write me a little comment on what I did. I was able to help move the needle in some capacity, in some way. I was able to give you some knowledge. My goal always is when you came in here at 10 o'clock Eastern time, you're a better version of yourself, of knowledge in real estate, leaving here at 11 o'clock. So that's what I got. I'll open up to any questions, and you can put it in the chat if you got anything. So, raise your hands, ask me questions. Let's see. So you can also join me on my Facebook, YouTube. Do you give owners a copy of the presentation? Yes, I give owners a copy of it. I give owners the copy of it, as well as I give them the emotional video story script of what I'm going to do. I give them like, here's my story I'm going to share about your house. Okay. For those of you that go look at you can go online, you're going to see today, we now have like a storyboard where like the process through the house, and you'll see people like having dinner. You'll see people outside. And that's all done through AI. I don't have it with me right this moment. I don't think so. No, I don't. But yeah, they get the website, and then they get all my research, my report. I give it to them. Who else? Who else has a question?
Just wanted to say thanks, Brock. That was tons of value. I appreciate it.
Thanks, John. I appreciate your question. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Anybody else? We good? 5. Will you? It's a video story. How do you create AI story video with people? So that is actually it is a tool that we use. So if you were looking for a prompt on what you here's a quick prompt for you. If you take a picture of a house and it's freaking disgusting and it's a mess, like I don't really care anymore. Like I don't have time to deal with it. Like AI just made it so much easier. I take pictures of whatever it is, I bring it back, I go to my computer and I say, please make this picture presentable and clutter free for me to be able to list this home. And guess what? The house is clean. I wish I could do it normally. I wish I could say that to my normal house. Like, but your house will be that the pictures will come out clean. So those are some things that you can do. As far as the tool, to be honest with you, it's Keith. He's the one that does it. So I spend $300, and part of my listing marketing, it adds the AI tool in there. It adds the people. I'm telling y'all, it blows people out of the way. I love Justine Derby. I love her. I just do not have time to do the whole movie show that she does online and how she like goes these places. I don't have time for it. So like I just rather have people look like people. It looks really real. I'm telling you, go to my page today, you'll see it. And it blows them out of the water. They're like, "Oh my gosh, yeah. It's like we're sitting at the table." Which AI tool? I don't know. I'd have to take a look at it. Just DM me, and I will get you the contact information, or I'll get you with Keith, and then you can get with him. He has a program that he does on that. It is paid. Like I'm not trying to like it is a paid one. It's about $300, but it looks freaking gold, and it's great. If you get a listing, do it because then you can show it off to other people.
Brooke, I saw it. It's absolutely awesome. I was like, damn, this is really cool. I want
It's
this.
It is
Yeah,
crazy. It is
really good.
crazy in what they can do. Where is it? You got just go on my Facebook. It's on my Facebook. I'll put the new one up too. I'll share it. Anybody else got any questions? Crystal, I'll talk to you at 2:15. Camelia, thank you. Will you show us that in the next class? What am I showing you in the next class? What am I supposed to do? See, this is why I have to always look back at my notes. I'm like, what did I tell
No,
I was gonna
someone
do?
above said about the AI story video. That was it. So I had wrote, will you show us that in the next class after them?
Oh,
And
the AI
talk
story
about it.
video. There'll be some things I'll probably learn in the next 2 weeks. Do you guys want to keep me? Do you guys like it that I keep doing AI stuff? Do you want me to stay involved with the AI stuff? That good work
Yes,
for
yes,
everybody?
yes,
I
yes,
do. I need a
yes.
lot of help.
Yes,
Yes.
please. Yes. Okay. All right then. I will do it. Guys, bring some people on. My goal is to get to 75 people on here. If you got some content you felt that was really good, invite other people to it. I love to have 75 people on my power players. I just think it's a great way to I can do what I love to do, and let's help other people. And I love to teach and I love to coach. So I appreciate y'all. If I can help you in any way, whether it's the coaching program, anything at all, join us on each and every morning, Monday through Friday, where we have 8:15, our mindset morning show. If I can help you in any type of coaching or anything else, you can let me know on that. Till then, where do you put 5 stars? You got to go to, it is in the brockzevanreview.com. So if you go to
Okay.
brockzevanreview.com, greatly appreciate any of the Google reviews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Till then, you guys have an amazing day. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to y'all. God bless you. And I will see everybody in 2 weeks or tomorrow morning. Bye, all. Grace, could you put my Facebook page in there? I know we put it in there. So for those that are still on here, my Facebook page, if you could put that in there or scroll up, she put it in. My YouTube page is on there too. I was just kind of looking at all the notes now.